back to Business Casual. I'm your host, Miles Brown. And today, I just want to talk about consistency. Consistency is a very hard thing um, when you have a passion project or a love project. And you want to give your all, but that may look different at times because of life circumstances. And one of the things that I've had that has troubled me is that we want to do it our way. And sometimes a routine or a system is built through the pain of finding out what actually works. And if you get caught in how you envision it all the time, you become too rigid, and it's hard for you to navigate the changes. So I ended up stuck in seasons of transition in life for longer than what I should have, or it hurt worse than what it should have because there were things along the way that I should have been researching and, really putting forth my effort into that I should have done. I should have been on my ball. And the consistency key part comes in. It's like consistency really hits gears, switches gears when you're not even worried about the consistency anymore. You're just worried about knocking out each task. Because if you can create a list and you can execute that list daily, the consistency will start to produce repetition, and the repetition will start to produce muscle memory, and the muscle memory will produce a effortless skill. Because if you do something over and over and over and over and over again, you become skilled at that thing, and then boom, one day turned into mastery because every day you put into it, you were getting closer and closer to mastery. But along the way, in consistency, we forget. And some things we don't even want to master. But if you're doing something to provide for yourself and you don't want to master that, wow, you're going to have a tough go at it. And I know that because the cleaning business, though I enjoy it, it wasn't the thing that I dreamed of doing. I dream of doing art, my patent holding company, and all these other things that I'm executing on now. But the consistency of doing something that came difficult makes it that much more easy once you become mastery in something that you deem difficult, which I believe mentally, physically, emotionally, being a janitor is like an emotional mind wreck because you're the lowest man through the door every day, and you start to realize that's a perception. Low is a man of no character. Low is someone who has no ambition. Low is, um, you know, somebody who's just bad with their money and just they don't give a crap. They just gonna live how they want to live. That's low. And it showed me that the Lord is like, that's why these titles and stuff that man is so hungry for, they want those titles because they come with a certain level of esteem and prestige. And the title of janitor, that's not a position people will want. So to master a position that people don't want, you actually end up in turn learning things that people don't know. And you can establish yourself because there's always a job doing something somebody does not want to do. The fun, cool jobs, they may have zillions of people vying for that. So your chances of winning in that off rip may be low. Probably they're going to be low. But doing something somebody doesn't want to do and being able to find work doing that, um, the opportunity of you winning is pretty high. That's why people want to solve problems, and some problems are easier to solve than others. But a problem solved is cash, no matter what. Whether you want pennies and nickels or dimes, or you want $1,000 contracts, you have to get your consistency up, because the Bible says small things gathered create big. You know, you can find that sentiment in the Bible where it's like when you gather small things, like those who are good with smaller tasks and smaller things, those are the people he'll give bigger tasks and bigger things. So you have to show yourself worthy for certain things. And I'm just thanking the Father. I'm thanking Him. I'm exceedingly pleased with the the journey He's put me on, because if you were in heaven and you had to come down here on earth, I don't think you would choose janitor as your means of creating an income. The feces, the urine, the blood, the throw up, the construction dust and cleanup, the carpet shampooing, the um, stripping and waxing of old floors, the amazing amount of dirt people can leave after parties. Whew. So that path that he chose, to be consistent in that, like, I just have to thank the Lord for encouraging me when I was down. Like, I had the Father to lean on, because cleaning for that long, that consistently, that much, and becoming a master at something nobody wants to do will set you up for freedom. And once you gain that level of freedom, you can take what you've learned in your mastery and apply it to different subjects. And because you've done something so difficult and so hard, it's easier to estimate and evaluate what exactly you want to do. And so, like I said, if you're having trouble being consistent with what you want to do in life, that is a sure testament that you need to figure out what you want to do and what you want to be, and allow the Lord to create a roadmap for you to get there. And an even better thing is to find out what the Lord wants for you to do and ask Him to humble you and allow you to do the thing that you may not want to do today, but it will yield such a fruit that you won't be able to even understand it in years to come. And then when it's time for you to embark on your heart's desire and your thing you really, really want to do, you'll see that the Lord wanted you to have a foundation that was built in grit and determination, because everything is going to take that same amount of consistency and excellence daily of mastery to succeed. That's been my talk. Until next time, I'm your host, Miles Brown. Pray to Yahweh. Give Him thanks always. Get into the King James Version of the Bible. Get you a Strongholds dictionary and break down what these words mean and understand that the end is nigh. Time is drawing short. The days are getting wickeder. But all things through Christ shall strengthen me. Peace. Yo, welcome back to Business Casual. I'm your host, Miles Brown, and today I wanted to take a trip down memory lane. Yeah. So the first real thing I learned about Maryland, since I was raised here, born right across the street in DC, and suburban Maryland kid. Well, I don't know if I could even say suburban, but urban Maryland kid. And you find out quick what you've been sheltered from once you have to interact with the real world, and you realize that um, things are in your control and there are other things that are out. And a lot of times there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And then there are some things you can do about it. And you have to ask the Lord to help guide you to what you can do and to never focus on what you can't change. Because what you can do is more important than the obstacles.